Just watch your step.
You know, I was working and I said, well, probably coming back. So anybody, hey, Carly, are you hearing my...
Curly! What do you say, Curly?
Baby.
So this is where he slept, and we gave him some chicken and treats. And come on, Curly, you want to see your daddy? One of your daddies? Yes. Are you happy? Are you happy? So everybody, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. This is Amy with 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs of Everglades, Florida. As you may have noticed yesterday, we were posting a video and photos. A wonderful, wonderful Brandon, who works at Tires Plus, wonderful gentleman. Let me tell you, your dog roamed into his business where he works, and he put out a post on this Lost Dogs of Broward and Dade of a picture of him, and he was not familiar with what he should do. So I jumped in as a rescue, and I said, please do not take him to the shelter. Do not just give him to anybody. And I said, please bring him here to me, and I will try to find the owner. We reported Curly to the shelter in case somebody was looking for him with his photo. We posted on all the sites. I did a live video of him, hoping that I would find his home. Your son Lance reached out to us late last night. He was frantic, crying. You've had him for 5 years, he said.
9 years.
9 years. So he
was rescued.
You rescued him. He has a tattoo on the inside. You rescued him from the shelter.
On the shelter.
Which one, Broward?
I don't know. Yeah, the one by the airport.
Yeah, that was the old one. That's your daddy's? You happy? Are you happy? There's nothing better than reuniting a dog with its family. You want to put this on, Trayvon? I gave him a new collar. So I'm going to educate you because the collar that he had on was horrible. And there was an old phone number on it. There's a clip on there. There you go.
You still have the old phone number?
It's old.
You couldn't even read it. It was washed off. We must have tried 80,000 different combinations to try to figure out the phone number. There was no tag. There was no microchip in him. We had no way of finding you. What you need to do is...
He has a microchip from the...
No, he doesn't. I scanned him 1,000,000 times. Yeah. So what you need to do, just, and God forbid it should ever happen again. We all say it will never happen to us, but it did. Get a little tag. You can get it at any pet store with your name and phone number, and make sure you leave it on him at all times, or get a microchip.
He had it once.
What? Well, once doesn't count. You need to get it again. It's very important. And that way, if anybody was to ever find your dog, we could have called you in a second. And you wouldn't have had to been frantic. Do you know what I mean?
You know, I was around at Tire Plus University. I went to the, what do you call that food? The Pollo Tropical around there.
You were looking for him.
I was looking for him. Then I went to open my shop again, and then everybody was leaving to work. And I said, no, I'm going to take off. I better the dog come back, and then I got to be home.
Yeah.
And I went search all around again.
Well, because that gentleman, Brandon, who found him, kept him safe with him, kept him in the shop, and then he obviously...
You know, I was kind of going
to the Tires Plus, yeah.
I said, probably somebody around there bugging everybody.
Well, I know that you and your son and your family are very happy to get him home because your son was...
My wife, yesterday was here. I picked him up from the airport because she couldn't even drive.
She was a mess.
And she said, oh...
It's the worst feeling. It's like a child.
And yesterday she came home and she don't want to eat.
She was so upset.
Yeah.
Well, you can have him home for Christmas. Just keep him safe. Always watch doors. That's how he slipped out. Yeah. Your wife was putting up some decorations and he slipped out the door.
Slipped out the door.
Yeah. Do you see how we have baby gates at our doors?
Yeah.
That way, they can't get out. It guards them.
Well, you know the reason because. We give it a trust.
You can't.
You know.
You never know with any animal. You never know. That's why it is my job, I feel, to educate people because it has happened so many times. If it's never happened to you, then you don't know. But now that it has, you don't want it to happen again. So you make the perfect corrections so it doesn't repeat itself. That's all. It's a learning experience. Everybody goes through life, and life is a journey of learning experiences. Doesn't make you a bad daddy. You ready to go home, Curly? Curly. Curly, are you ready to go home to your mama's and your other daddy? Yeah, yes you are. So see this collar that I put on him? Look it. So it's called a martingale, and basically, I can fit my fingers through, so it's not too tight. But if he tries to get out, he can't. It can't go over his head. It's called a martingale. So, and it has. If you want to take it off, it's a little lock right there. You just click it to the other side, and you can release it. But I keep it locked so it won't come off. There you go, buddy. You're going to be all good. You go home to your family for Christmas. Another wonderful, happy success of reuniting a lost baby. Thank you, Brandon from Tires Plus, for making sure the baby got safe and you took him in. You didn't turn a blind eye. You didn't take him to the shelter. You reached out for assistance. You did everything right, my friend. And this little boy is going home. So this is good stuff right here. 100 plus abandoned dogs of Everglades, Florida. There's no better way to start out a morning. You're going to be okay, Bubba. You're going to be okay. Good stuff. He's 9, 10 years old. I knew he was. I said he's between 8 and 10. I knew it. Does that feel good? Look at him. You were just a baby. So you were 11 years old because you were 9. You've been with your family for 9 years.
You see what happened with him? I think so. The person that had it previous.
Yeah.
Because they're run out, you know.
Sure.
So I guess they got tired.
Yeah.
And it ended in the shelter. They had
every day. They dump their dogs like they're trash. Every day we see it. It's disgusting. We just rescued 2 yesterday. One's 10 years old, one's 8 years old, and the owner dumped them at the shelter in their senior years. Completely matted, neglected. It's so very sad. Animals are a part of our family. They're like our children. We come upon hard times and we work through it together. We never, ever, ever get rid of our animals. They're our family. Right, Puppy? 100 plus abandoned dogs of Everglades, Florida. Curly's going home.
He's happy.
He's happy.